Hey guys, Ryan here, and today I'm bringing you a couple replays, that's two of them, in the Minotaur KV5. Now both these replays are going to be back from April-ish, and I'm going to be putting with Gizmo in these, so they're from a bit again. But the Crimson tanks are in the store again, in bundles. You can get the Hydra, you can get the Minotaur, you can get the Ragnarok. So as such, I thought I'd bring you the Minotaur replays today. Both games, Gizmo's going to be in his Pantera because he was the Italian mediums at the time. These games were back to back, so I played this game, then the next game's going to be the exact game, like straight after. But this game's going to be the third mark game in the Minotaur. So, nothing special, but because it's the third mark game I thought I'd bring it to, then the second game could actually be a bit of a better result. So it's a tier 8 game, we're on port, so that's quite a good map for this tank because I don't have to move too far. And really, the Minotaurs, the Crimson tank, you probably see the least of. Ragnarok are the most common, then there's the Hydra, and then there's this. Although, to be fair, even the Hydra you don't see too often, because most everyone plays the Ragnarok, because it's got an autoloader and it's a medium tank, which just gives it an advantage over the other two. But I like this thing. Why do I like this thing? Well, of course, there's the... let's just get out of the way. Bias is a big part of it. If you look at it, it's a KV5. So already I was going to love this tank, but I guess the KV4 gun, so it actually gets, it's KV5 with decent penetration. You lose the preferential matchmaking, but I take my Garnets in the tier 10 games anyway, so my Garnets don't really have preferential matchmaking in the first place, so it don't really make much of a difference. Slightly thicker armor, again, doesn't make much of a difference. If you're, whatever you bounce in this, you bounce in a Garnet. I'm going to get the KV4 gun. Doesn't mean in those tier 10 matchups, well as 227 standard pen, you get the insane premium pen of 280 something, like 289. Now I've gone over the stats before of this vehicle, so if you want to check that out, I've got some more in-depth Minotaur KV5 videos. But, as Gizmo picks up first kill, well second kill in the enemy team, I'm just about made it to the other side, and now it's time to do KV5 things. I want to get up close, I want to brawl, try and bounce. Even if I don't bounce, I've got a lot of hit points that I can use. So at first, you see me going to the right-hand side of this little building here, and then I realise it's a very small gap, and I'm in a very big tank, so I'm not actually going to be able to side-scrape around the corner using that. So instead what happens is I start getting myself ready to angle around this corner and side-scrape, and I decide I'm going to come around the left-hand side. I've got a little bit more room with which I can angle myself. First shot into a completely flat Chrysler K. Thank you very much, I appreciate the easy pan. Bounce the return shot. Another shot into the crowd. Okay, now I do see that Polish medium up on the motorway, up top. And when I'm side-scraping, it's important to try not to show your turret, because that could be panned by people. Because obviously the weapon on top, the actual face of the turret could be panned if they hit it on the flat part. So you've got to be a bit careful when side-scraping. And really, I just want to wither these guys down before I push in. Bounce the Polish medium, bounce the turret. And this is kind of like KV5 101, really. Over-angle the side armor, and just have fun. No one will be going through you. CS44 comes back, he's got the premium load this time, but it isn't going to help him, because I'm angling well enough. Where it doesn't matter how much penetration he's got, he ain't going through me. Now he decides to back up here to try and get a shot into me. It wasn't the best thing to do, as I get yet another one in. And now's the time to push. Weave a little bit to bounce the CS44. There's a Hawk 30 next to me though, which kind of puts a stop on my plan of pushing. So I angle for the Hawk 30. He hits me but doesn't do any damage. And I really need to either get rid of him, or at least have him distracted for a moment before I push down the deal with the T-77, the Chrysler K, you know, the other guys down there. So keep an eye out, I'm still spotted. I'm now unspotted, now thinking about when I want to push, and I'm just going to go for it while I'm unspotted and the Hawk isn't, like, aiming at me. The Hawk comes back, misses the shot on me, and I'm going to go in. Now, the T-77 has the premium loaded, and it is, I believe, the highest penetration of any tier 8 heavy in the game, premium-wise, 299mm of heat pen, so the fact I even bounced one of those, I'm pretty happy with. Now, the light tank's back annoying me again. Hoping the team who are behind me can actually deal with them, and thankfully they do. Shot into the Tiger 2, he's going to try and back up into that corner, but it's not going to help him. Although what is going to help him is my shitty aim, and I try to hit his lower plate here. Wait for the lower plate shot, and hit the bar between the upper and lower plate, like a nipple. So, that wasn't a very good shot by me. And I miss out on the Tiger 2 kills, with a shame. T-77 comes round, actually goes for RT-77 first. Picks up 2 kills. Sorry, not T-77. Yeah, no, it is T-77. Picks up the kill. I'd have to go around and end him. Hopefully going to get one more shot out this game. It doesn't matter if he shoots me, I've got the hit points. I'm just going to drive out sideways. Pick up the kill. So, not a very good game. Like, particularly crazy game, should I say. Just side-scraping, doing what the KV5 does, and when the time is right, use your hit points and just push in there and trade with people. Came top, Gizmo came second, so always nice to see the 1-2 of you and your platoon mate. And I think the requirement for this was only just about like 2,800 damage, so it's pretty easy. Just over 3,000 damage with 287 assistance and about 2k blocked. That was the third mark game. But because it wasn't particularly special, I thought I'd bring you the game I played straight after it, which was a much better actual result. And the thing to mention is, the amount of silver you see me making in this tank, I wasn't using my ×2 boosters, because the ×2 boosters are being saved for the Ragnarok. Because, so I made 231,000 silver there. So I put the 1.5 booster on the Minotaur, because the Ragnarok being a medium tank can just get better results and therefore more silver. I will use sometimes 2s on the Minotaur, but most of the time, if I've got 1.5s and 1.25s, I use them on the Minotaur and the ×2s on the Ragnarok. So, here we are, Himmelsdorf. 2 good maps in a row for KV5, Port and Himmelsdorf. As I said, Gizmo is in his Pantera again, just like it was in the previous game. And, this game's going to be a lot better now, because unlike before where I was trying to 3-mark, and now that I've already got the 3-mark, no matter how shit I play, the 3-mark stays on the barrel, so it doesn't matter what I do. And the thing is, if you saw in the last game, I was still kind of playing on the front line, so I never really played carefully anyway. But there's always that thing when you're trying to 3-mark where you're worried about getting the shit game, to where once you get it, it's just a huge relief knowing that you get 1 shot for all your health at the start of the game by artillery, do 0 damage, you still got your 3rd mark. So I was just playing another game in the Minotaur just for fun at this point. So what I'm going to have, and you're going to see, I'm going to go to the little banana road here. APCR starts to get loaded, because there's a lot of shit there, like the Chrysler K and everything, and the Lurba. And what's going to happen is that, as I come around the corner, I'm going to angle out frontally first. Fire shot and only do crit damage, because I hit his tracks. I'm going to try and back up to let the light tank get through, because I don't want to block him. I feel like a bit of an ass, even though he was driving like a maniac. Get the APCR shell through the lower plate of the lava, and then it'll back to standard. Now my APCR shells are really nice, but the lavas are actually slightly better. But thankfully, because he's out in the open, I can just go through his lower plate if I hit it with the standard. Our Mauer Brecker's pushing in like a maniac, but I don't mind, because it means the lava's farming him instead of me, which is always a benefit, I suppose. The longer I can save my hit points till later, the better, because it means towards the end of the game I can't just trade with people. Lava's down, team pushing in, and I decided, you know what, time to go with them. Get a nice shot into the Chrysler K on the move, pushing in. And I think I can pick up this kill here on the Tiger. I do. I'm going straight in for the Chrysler K. He bounces. I'm going to push round. I'm not going to side scrape. I'm just going to angle the front of my tank towards him, get the lower plate shot, and now you see me angling. I'm watching where his gun is aiming, and making slight micro adjustments when I think he's about to fire, which causes me to bounce his shot. Now, because of the Mauer Brecker here, I have to take a bit of a wider angle to get round, which results in me getting panned, which isn't particularly nice, but it is what it is. I've got the hit points, why not? But the Mauer Brecker probably should have gave me a bit of room. Now, Gizmo's up on top of the hill with a good number of our teammates. I didn't go up the hill because, you know, I'm in a KV5, I wanted to go banana road. So I'm going to race over to the train track, because there's quite a few enemies on that side. I'm just going to trust Gizmo and everyone else to kill everyone up there, which they are doing quite successfully, so our team picks up a whole bunch of kills. Nice shot on the move. And you see, I've just kind of got no fear here, really. Again, it's that combination of I've got pretty good armor with a lot of hit points. I'm just going to drive straight at them. This guy's driving the other way, but I want to keep driving towards the corner here where the LTTB is, so I'm going to like auto-lock him on the move while still driving towards the corner while I finish him off. And then there's going to be a T-77 round here. I'm going to fire on the move again, which I probably should have aimed a bit better, and I only do crit damage. But I'm going to try and ram him. And the T-77 is actually probably about to avoid me. But thankfully, a teammate of mine tracks him, so I'm able to ram for about 270. LTDB's got my flank, but he could shoot me all he wants. As I put a shot in and finish off the T-77 with a little lub tap. And again, LTDB's got the lower alpha, so he's kind of the least important person here. I can take another fucking 4 or 5 shots from him. You see the angle I'm at? I'm angling for the guy in front, but I'm also trying to angle for the LTDB if he comes back round behind. But obviously if he knows where to aim with his APCR, he'll go through me pretty reliably. And the nice thing is, well, for the LTDB driver, is he is someone who doesn't auto-lock a KV5. I say as he bounces the first shot, but he starts aiming the next ones for the back of my tank instead of auto-locking. Which works out very well for him. I'm just going to not bother turning my tank around because it takes too long. And reverse up, turn my turret, and get one more shot in. And the LTB is going to escape up the hill. So I'm going to skip forward about a minute because you don't want to see me just try to chase a LTDB around. So eventually I'm going down Banana Road, he's coming back down the way he went up. And I just thought I'd add this last bit in. I'm not actually going to do much else this game, but I just thought I'd add in this last bit of me being a tit, really. First shot, no damage, just crit into his tracks. He's going to turn in, start having a bit of difficulty on the rubble over there. I'm going to try and snipe him, miss. Overall, those last few shots, I could have got a little bit more damage, but it wasn't to be, and the Patriot's actually going to finish up this game. Which again is a shame, but at least this game was actually a decent result compared to the previous one. Would have been nice if this was the third mark game, if I'm honest, but again, a good game's a good game, and one of my favourite tanks in the game, and a tank you very rarely see, so it always feels nice to drive it. So just shy of 5,000 damage. I think I got a little bit of assistance. No assistance, 1200 blocked, 6 kills for a top gun, over 300k profit, and this was an ace tanker, this game. So much better result for the KV5, but I suppose you'd expect that on Himmelsdorf. So, KV5, I highly rate it, but if you do want to buy one of the Crimson tanks, get the Ragnarok. Don't get the KV5 unless you're a memer like me. So thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.